Did you know that businesses lose over $1.6 trillion every year due to customer churn? Yeah, that's how much it costs when customers leave your business. And to think that this could have been avoided if brands had acted on a little bit earlier, and that's where AI comes in. And in today's video, we're talking about how AI can help you predict and prevent customer churn. And it doesn't matter if you're in sales, customer success, marketing, you're going to want to know this. Why? Because it helps your business save a lot of money and improve customer loyalty. Hey there, I'm Anusha. Welcome to the Marketing Woman podcast. We discuss all things marketing, analytics, business, personal branding, AI, and much more in a way any layman can understand. If you're new here, I have a master's in marketing. I did my undergrad in engineering. I did my postgrad in data science and business analytics, and I have over 4 years of experience creating content. I'm very passionate about breaking down complex topics and making it accessible in a way that actually works. If that sounds like something you're into, hit that subscribe button and give a thumbs up, and let's get into this week's video. First, let's talk about what customer churn actually is. Customer churn is just a fancy way of saying customers don't really want to buy stuff from you anymore. And the thing here is customer churn is actually very expensive for a business because it costs 5 times more to bring in a new customer than it does to retain the one that you already have. So understanding why customers are leaving is actually pretty important no matter what kind of business you're running. Traditionally, businesses use surveys, focus groups, asking people questions, or even looking at history, like purchase history, to see if people are going to stop buying. But AI takes this to a whole new level. So instead of just looking at a few different points, AI can actually look at 100 different data points. Like, for example, what kind of social media interaction are your customers actually doing? Have they not spent a lot of time looking at your posts these days? Is your number one fan still your number one fan? How do they actually interact with customer support? How often customers actually engage with your product? For example, how many times do you actually go to Amazon thinking, I want to buy this one, but I don't buy it because it seems expensive? But does that mean you're churning, or does that mean you're just waiting to make a decision? When I used to work as a business analyst, I would do all these customer churn analysis, but then it was all manual. AI can actually give you notification. For example, think about this. It gives you a notification saying, hey, there is an at-risk customer that's actually going to churn next week. So why don't you do something about it? You can now take an action immediately to make sure that they actually do not churn. By the way, if you want a list of these tools that I've seen so far, I'll drop them in my newsletter next week. So make sure you're subscribed, or you can even get the link to that in the description. Go ahead and check it out. All right, so prediction is one thing, but what about prevention? Can AI help you there? 100%. Once you know your customers are at risk, AI can actually help you come up with personalized retention strategies that will actually work. Because let's be real, not every single customer is the same. For some people, they might be on a basic plan. Some people might have a customized plan. It could be anything. For example, let's say that you have a subscription-based business software, and there's a client that's actually going to not resubscribe, and you need to make sure that they do. For example, I was a part of this one community where I wasn't going to continue the subscription after my plan ended. And the founder reached out to me asking me, hey, we can see that your plan's about to expire. This is actually me reaching out, not somebody from my company. This is not an automated email. This is me sending you an email. Let's be real. There's a very high chance that the email was actually automated, but I still felt like that person was talking to me. And they asked me questions like, hey, why are you planning to not subscribe? If yes, why? If no, what more can we do for you? And these type of personalizations is what I mean when I'm saying personalization, not just like, hey, we know that you like this product, take a 20% discount, it's on us. It still works, but I think more personalized approach works, and AI can help you there with just drafting the message. It can help you with understanding the triggers, or it can even automate the email for you, but just make sure that sometimes, especially for your A-level clients, you need to make sure that you actually know this person. So you can add 1 or 2 things that you sort of talked about in your previous conversation. For example, if they talked about their dog in their previous conversation, talk about, hey, how is Molly doing? Let me know. Because that builds a relationship, and that is way more important, especially when we're talking about AI. But other than that, of course, you can send them personalized offers like we talked about, discounts. You can send them recommendations. You can even send them like, hey, we're going to miss you if you actually leave us kind of emails. But those are very generic, but still works, especially if you have a small business. This kind of real-time personalization actually shows your customer that you're thinking about them, that you're not just letting them be 1 in a million or even 1 in 50 people. Tools like Salesforce Einstein or Zendesk use predictive analytics that kind of helps you with the same thing that we talked about. And it gives you kind of the right exact method that you can use to retain your customers. One thing I feel very strongly about retention is not making sure that your customers actually stay back. It's about making them feel seen and valued. That is one of the most important things that people just forget when they're trying to retain a customer. If you think about a one-on-one relationship with your customers, they're far more likely to stay than if you treat them like you're just 1 in 500 for me. So the key here is when you deliver what exactly they need, they feel valued and they stay loyal. And that loyalty lasts and can even bring you more clients. That's interesting, but hold on for a second. I have something that's just as exciting. Elevar Gazette, my newsletter that drops on Sunday and Thursday every week with insights on personal growth, mindset shifts, marketing, AI, data, analytics, anything that you know I'm all about. Sign up at anushakanan.com/email list. Sign up right now. Go ahead and sign up right now to get newsletters from me twice weekly. Now let's get back into the episode. Now, one bonus point that I want to emphasize here is when you understand why customers are kind of churning, when you're in the prediction phase and you kind of understand these are the patterns and this is why someone's actually churning as a customer, you should focus on a couple of things. Is it pricing? Is it about the experience? Is it about the kind of customer service you're giving them? Is it about the product itself? Is it about the service itself? And think about what made them stay, or even other clients that are willing to stay. What's the difference and how can you actually tailor the whole experience to them? Most of the time it's because of cost or it's about experience. So focus on these two things, and I would highly recommend understanding what they want. And if you plan on upselling, focus on things that they will actually be interested in rather than pushing every single product you have. Hello from Editing Anusha. As we've covered, AI can predict and prevent customer churn, but there's still so much more to explore in this one. And I was thinking in next week's episode, I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into the real world application of AI tools, talk about specific industries that are actually seeing success with AI driven retention and how you can sort of get started with these strategies no matter your business size. So stay tuned for part 2 of this conversation, which I think will drop next week. And yeah, this was just like a foundational setting the stage kind of episode. Part 2 will be more in depth, and I'll basically talk about how to increase retention using AI, and probably share some success stories as well. So stay tuned for that. Just wanted to drop that here. So we've talked about how to use AI to predict, to prevent churn, but I want to hear from you. How have you been kind of predicting and preventing customer churn in your business? Do you use AI or are you doing manual methods? Very curious to hear about that. And if you're serious about keeping up with AI and marketing analytics, personal branding, literally everything, don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter. All right, that's what I got for you for this week's episode. If you like this episode, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're listening to this on Spotify, Apple, literally any platform that you listen to podcasts on, make sure to leave the podcast a rating and review. Join my newsletter at anushakanan.com/email list. Don't miss out on the future episode of the Marketing Women podcast. And if you want to follow my book writing journey, follow me on Instagram at anusha_kanan. Follow me on LinkedIn at anusha_kanan. Follow the Marketing Women podcast on LinkedIn at the Marketing Women podcast. AI is no longer the future. It's happening right here, right now. And when it comes to customer churn, the difference between knowing and not knowing can make or break your business. I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.